Believe this Iranian deal will bring peace among nations. But our next guest, actor Kevin Sorbo, thinks we may be sending a terrible message to our enemies. Kevin, good to see you. What message do you think we're sending out?
Well, I kind of equate this with Chamberlain coming back from Hitler and saying everything's fine, nothing to worry about. So I think there's some problems down the road. I mean, you just loosened up $100 billion of the capital that this country had, that they froze those accounts. That's not a lot of money that they're going to be able to throw around right there.
Now, you mentioned one analogy, Hitler and Chamberlain. There's another analogy that the Obama administration would point to, Reagan and Gorbachev. There was two enemies getting together to form an arms deal that actually ended up positive for the world. I
don't think that's on the same level here. I mean, you're looking at a country that has actively said many times not only do they want to destroy Israel, they want to destroy America. I mean, this is, people in that country, politicians in that country are marching in parade saying death to America, and we're making deals with these guys. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's the smartest move.
You know, President Obama began his administration by saying he wanted to change the way America was perceived by the world. Do you agree he has?
He's done a very good job. I always tell people, I go, look, if you're about to get married and walk down the aisle and your spouse looks at you and says, once we're married, I'm going to fundamentally change you. How many people will get married? In this case, he said it.
Even if it happened.
And 50 million people in this country went, yeah, okay, I'm
so
okay with
how
that.
do you think we are perceived by the world now?
As weak. Is not strong anymore. I mean, what other country in the world has come to the aid of other countries? When any country's in trouble,
it's us.
Who do they call?
U.S.
We're the first ones they call. I lived in New Zealand shooting Hercules for 7 years. They had a volcano blow up down. Nobody died. Nothing happened. There were 2 planes of American supplies, blankets, food, whatever, if anybody needed it. And it's just, who else is going to help out? Any Muslim countries going to help out other people? Is Russia going to come to the aid?
Clearly, our enemies. We want our enemies to be afraid of us, not to think of us as something that they can walk over.
Well, then you better exhume Mr. Ronald Reagan, because I think maybe the people were afraid of him. He was
Hollywood is doing all these movies all the time, these tough guy movies,
sure.
And yet the actors seem to support policies that are just the opposite of that. Why is that?
I have no idea. I mean, it's interesting when people scream for gun control, and actors that jump on that board, and yet you show the movies they're in, they're wielding a lot of guns. And
absolutely.
And they're doing violent movies. So
guns are swords in
If you can figure out Hollywood, please let me know.
All right. We got to mention The Secret Handshake.
Yes. Secret Handshake is out right now. It's a family comedy written by Howie Klausner. He directed it. He wrote Space Cowboys. Remember Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, that movie.
Yeah.
Wonderful family comedy. And it's out right now on Amazon and also on all Walmarts, walmart.com as well.
Kevin Sorbo, thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Good stuff.